Bad exchange, right? You can't tell me Lamar's not thinking about Myles Garrett coming right at his face, right? Bam. Great clip. Right at the mesh point, playing off the inside foot, get ready to play the quarterback. All right. Here's TJ Watt. They got some type of blitz going on, right? But they're running what I like to call midline stretch. Great play, right? All right. How do I stop it? It's going to be a big ass B gap. I got to tell my tackle, oh, you got to play the dive and the quarterback. No. All right. We're going to mesh charge this guy. All right. And we're going to smoke the quarterback, right? No indecision. I'm running at the mesh, playing off my inside foot, and play the quarterback. We were trying to give the quarterback false reads. So he pulls the ball. We were trying to swing the numbers back in our favor. Okay? So here's 57 for the Texans. It's another great one, right? Right at the mesh point, playing off the inside foot. He keeps it. That's a loss of 8 yards right there in the red zone. That's huge. All yards matter in the red zone. So it's a great clip right here. No indecision. Running at the mesh point, plant. You have the quarterback. Do your job, right? So Patriots did it. Steelers did it. There's no reason at any level that you can't teach this technique, right? This is running straight at the quarterback, knowing what foot to plant off of, and that's it. Don't tell me it's too hard for high school kids or college kids to do it. It's fundamentals, right? So bam, he doesn't keep the ball right here, but you can see the good picture. He's running right at the mesh point. He has the quarterback, all right? So the bad, like I said, there's a good and bad in everything. Don't be one of those guys who only shows good clips, right? Plays can get screwed up. All right, so right here, this play isn't even screwed up. We just got to make tackles, right? All right, I got a little DB blitzing. He gets pancaked. All right, so I am losing something on the bin back here. All right, but you just got to make tackles, right? You're fine. You just got to make tackles. So there's a good bat. But where it can get ugly, all right, big 97 out here. All right, he doesn't take a good path. You got to attack the mesh, and then at the last second, all right, right to the quarterback. So right here, he takes a wide direct path to the quarterback. All right, I don't have anybody outside the load. Big run, right? So it could be a fit issue, whatever. I believe if 97 comes a little tighter here and attacks the mesh point, we'll be in a lot better scenario, okay? All right, the rope-a-dope. All right, don't ask me why it's called this. This goes back to all single high defenses, how you want to play the quarterback. I like this call on goal line short yardage. It's more aggressive. If you think the team's just going to hand the dive off and get 2 yards, I like this call. However you want to relay it into your guys, that's on you. All right, but goal line short yardage, we usually give a tag, a chase tag, or whatever you want to call it. But that linebacker, that second level defender's got to know he's got to pull out for the quarterback. So right here, your primary read's the dive. Your eyes are on your running back. All right. There's no foggy issues right there. You have a primary read and no secondary read. All right. We want to chase flat off the ass of the O lineman for the dive. All right. Always keeping that ball on your outside shoulder. We don't want it to cut back on us. It's all about leverage. All right. And your A or B gap fitter, second level defender, must know he's got to replace the quarterback, right? So things can get a little hairy if I'm to the bubble or if I'm away from the bubble, all right? Your linebackers got to know they got to fall back for the quarterback, all right? Where this thing can get a little tricky is like the Ravens do is they send all these tight ends and everybody and their mother goes back to the other side of the formation. So multiple guys have to what I call rope-a-dope. So it can get a little hairy. That's why I don't like to do it a lot. But there's some good clips on here, right? Especially if you're just getting regular zone read and you want to be aggressive, it's good stuff. So I tried to highlight 2 things here for you guys, all right? And I'll try not to get into numbers, but we're looking at the right defensive end and the Mike backer right here because he is going to be the one who has to – when this guy comes in motion back, he's going to be your A-gap defender. And now we are exchanging that with the defensive end. So here's a good picture. So they bring this guy back. He takes the dive, all right? So this edge defender knows that A or B gap to his side, he needs to make that play. All right, so here's 58. He's rocking back. Now I'd like to see him get outside of this tackle because we can see that space right there for Lamar, and we don't want that space, right? We want to eat space up, right? But that's a good picture of it. He's trying to get over top. All right, this is the classic one, 49ers right here. I call this the double rope-a-dope. All right, so you see Bosa. This is teach tape by Bosa right here. If you teach, pin the hip of the tackle, right? Pin the hip and climb. All right, here's 57, right? He's going to be come back with this motion. He's going to be your A-gap defender. No, not any longer, right? Bosa's going to eat the A-gap. 57's got to rock all the way back. And there you go. That's it. This is all single high defense, guys. Don't have to, in the red zone, you can use your post safety, but keep that guy in the post, right? Offensive coordinators are licking their chops when that to use this safety in the quarterback run game. You don't have to do it. All right. Another single high set, right? We got a little 3-on-2. They're going to bring all these motions, all this BS. You got to get your, your spacing rules down. Sorry, I'm a little laggy. All right, so this guy's going to come back in motion. All right, this is a great clip. I'm to the bubble, right? That guy's got to know he's got to get there fast because that lineman's going to climb. All right. Sorry, we're conducting a test of the fire alarm system. All right, so you can see it, the old rope-a-dope. All right, see it right here. So we talked about being able to rock back with your backers, right? When this guy comes back, he's the A-gap defender. All right, my edge guy's going to take the dive, and my guy's got to rock all the way back. For now, we got one outside the load, and we got one inside the load. It fits like a glove. All right? You got to get your guys dialed. This is a great clip, right? 2x2, spread sets. It's fine right here. 55's got the B-gap right on paper. Great. Okay, 99's going to take the dive. 55's going to fall back for the quarterback. All right. And then we talked about, I won't get into much, but we talked about stealing gaps. 54 right here, stealing a gap, right? Be in the back. Tempo the ball carrier. Single high defense, man. Don't let anybody, I can't stress this enough, don't let anybody tell you you can't freaking play single high defense. All right, so right here, they're going to bring this guy back. So now my Mike Backer, number 50, he's got to rock all the way back, right? Because he's going to end up being the B-gap defender. Well, like I said, we got the chase call on. It's like a glove. All right. Right here. So we talked about earlier, the counter read, counter OT read. I think it's great for stuff like this. You want to tell your big fat 4-eye, hey, man, just chase him down. Bobby Wagner, he needs to go right now, but Bobby Wagner's sitting back. He's got the quarterback. I'd rather have Bobby Wagner on the quarterback than big old 93. All right. So you can use this. All right. Do whoever you want to at the ball, whoever you want playing the quarterback. Just different ways to do it. All right, so this is another counter read, 48 and 55 right here. It's great by Bud. He's chasing the ass of the defender. There's no wasted space. Russ gives it. He makes a tackle. 55's there to play the quarterback all day. All right, now where things can get bad, okay, like we talked about, is when you don't rock back. We don't trust 54 to do his job. Right, so this guy comes back, 53 and 51 should come back. They don't, and that's how big plays happen. Right, so this is a little more dangerous. I like this call if you think that they're going to give the ball. All right, I can't stress that enough. Okay, right here, nobody rocks back. So you see 55, he's your B-gap defender, right? On paper, so he takes the dive. So now I got two guys in the B-gap. No bueno. Right? That's how big plays happen. Sorry. Skipping around. All right. So right here again, right? So here's your A-gap defender, 52. 58 takes the dive, closes off the A-gap. 52 doesn't trust it. Right? That's how big plays happen. You must trust your other guy to do his job. Right? Right here again, this is another thing. If you see this to the bubble, a lot of guys will, what I call butt block back with their tackle. If you get rope-a-dope teams, the butt block back and this guy coming over the top can really hurt you. right? Because that leaves nobody in the B gap. So there's my little offensive tidbit for you guys. Get a team that's rope-a-doping hard, all right? Then you can do that. All right, now the surf technique is one that is well taught. If you feel like the quarterback can't outrun your defender, but if for your defensive end, but to me, if you're playing it like this and you got a Lamar Jackson type quarterback and you're telling your defensive end to play them both, then you're just doing that guy a disservice. Where I think the Q call and the mesh charge and rope-a-dope are great. You're telling your guy to be aggressive, and it gets him a little more excited about playing defensive end. But this technique is fine, you know, if you got freaking Chris Perkins at quarterback and you feel like you can run him down. All right, so here we go. This is a great one right here. Eyes before feet. He's got a good base. He's got the bubble to him. He's probably scared to death. So, like I said, nobody rocks back. So he's got to play both right here. All right? So he does a good job. He gets to the hip. You can tell he's a little scared, but he does a good job. He lets the guy come back. All right? Big 93 right here. Same deal. Or 98, excuse me. And, guys, I'm not saying this is a bad technique to use, right? You can do it, but just know where it's going to hurt you. All right, great. Good job. It fits like a glove, right? If that guy bends it back, then he's there to make the play. All right? Tennessee Titans, they surf and squeeze all game versus these guys. Now, they had a million other people coming to the party, but this is what can happen, right? You're to that bubble. That guy, you know, your Mike Backer doesn't get what I call the past the line of demarcation, and the tackle climbs, right? So now 44 is in a foot race with Lamar Jackson, and the ball's out of the chute. So big plays, all right? You know, power read. I think this is fine with power read, but you got to have somebody who can run the back down, right? It's a good job. Squeeze, spill, be ready to play the quarterback, exchange. I don't want to get into too many of these because it gets pretty ugly, but here we go again. All right, these guys are playing coverage 0, right? So they got everybody in the fit, and you guys can see what happens right here, okay? You know, to me, if I got all these guys in the box right here, I'd rather take away the QB run and let him get this ball, right? So he squeezes, and now it's a foot race with your defensive end, and it's a gain of 12. It's explosive run. You got to put it on the explosive run chart in the morning, and it's just no good. Nobody likes seeing that. Last one right here. Here's Big 48. Great job, right? Now, when you don't have the bubble to your side, you don't have to go as far. So this guy needs to stay a little bit more square, keep his shoulders square, but now you're in a foot race with Lamar. We don't want that. So that's all I got for you guys. This is my contact info. I would love, you know, reach out anytime. You know, we're probably on vacation a little more out here in the West Coast. So I'd love to, you know,